What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Rap and Wrestle podcast. You guys know me. My name is Derek. You can check out Rap and Wrestle on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Rap and Wrestle. Also, check out the show on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get all your streaming podcast needs. Today is a very special day. Got two very special people with me. We got Jon Wise, the event planner, coordinator, talent acquisition, the man that makes the show run. Got Chad, owner of Pro Wrestling After Dark, Standalone Wrestling, the newly reformed Trifecta. How's it going with both of you guys, man? How's it going?
Good.
What's up, dude? I'm amazing.
Amazing. That's good.
How about you?
You are amazing. You definitely are amazing. That's for sure. Oh man.
How's Jon Wise?
Jon Wise, how's it going with you?
I'm good. How are you? How are both you guys?
Doing excellent.
Always good, man. Always good. Look, this is an interview. Me and Jon Wise have a stand-in joke that we go whenever he's on the show. He always thinks I don't show up for it. I big league it. So finally, we're both on the show together.
Yeah, this is a long time in the making.
I made it for you.
For the record, for the record, I made all the appointments. Okay, you guys messed everything up. I've always been available.
That's true. I told Chad we have to schedule stuff, and he said, "Okay, how's Thursday at 8?" And that was last week. And then I canceled. Then you canceled, and now I'm here.
Hey, that just means we're all busy. I'll take it as that. That just means we're doing a lot of work. But
Chad, you know, a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, no, that's a fact for sure.
Couple things.
But you two guys, have been working hard, putting together this great event, Boardwalk Budz, that we're going to talk about. Just so we could get a little background on you two guys, so the people who watch my show or my fans, they know who you guys are. Let's talk about how you guys both got involved in the wrestling business. We'll start with Jon. I'll start with Jon. And how did you get involved in wrestling, and what was your story of how you got involved in the business?
Okay, let's see. Probably, I don't know, like 10, 11 years ago. Mm-hmm. I everybody watching is a fan. You decide, oh, hey, that would be cool. I want to be a wrestler. I want to be this. So I started hanging around. Me and my parents I lived near, he was Corvus Sphere at the time, Eric Corvus, growing up. And so I gave him a ride to a couple charity hall shows, JAP back in like 2001, 2002, and we became friends. That started it. At some point, he was training at his house, and I would hang around every day because I realized maybe the bumps weren't for me. So while everybody else was taking bumps on the 80-degree days in the summer, I would bring a cooler full of drinks and sell them. So I guess that was like my first foray into like the other side of wrestling. Mm-hmm. And then I guess you get that bug and you can't leave. So I got involved, and then it was UWA Elite, and then Magic got me into SWF. I just showed up to help, and they were like, oh, well, if Magic sent you here, okay, it's good with us. And I only met Chad like 2-3 years ago, and now he can't get rid of me. I'm here to stay, man. It's a fun business to be a part of. It's also a horrible business to be a part of at the same time. It's one of those things.
No, definitely. I definitely can relate to that for sure. Chad, what about you? How does your story go, and how you got involved with the business?
So the first time I ever watched wrestling, I walked into my dad's house, and it just so happened that Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant was on pay-per-view. Just totally random. So I got to see the Hogan Andre the Giant slam. I was hooked immediately from there. I watched wrestling up until the Stone Cold Rock era, and then I backed off. I lost enjoyment of it. I didn't find it fun anymore. My son Carter, I started bringing to shows because he showed an interest in it. And after that, I hooked up during the PWS to the WrestlePro transfer. And I hooked up with Kevin Matthews and Pat Buck. And talked to Pat every day, worked with him a lot, and vended guests from Ric Flair, Cody Rhodes, the Hardys, and Ryback, and a couple others, and we talked daily, and I actually was able to learn a lot from him. And after that point, I went over and started working at SWF with Rob Fury for a little while, and then that's when I opened up Standalone with Preacher, did the Boardwalk Beatdown, opened up Pro Wrestling After Dark. And now we're in a whole new world of entertainment where we're booking comedy, bands, everything from speed dating to, hosting vendors, food truck festivals. So this is the biggest thing I've ever taken on. And, I saw Jon Wise's work ethic, with other promoters and stuff like that. And I knew I definitely needed help, and, talked to him a little bit, brought him on board, and dude, we clicked. We clicked immediately. Sometimes he'll go to bed, wake up in the morning, and he'll say, "Oh, I thought about something," and I'll be like, "Oh my God, I thought about that same exact thing too."
Yep.
Our minds are really on the same path, and it's been a pleasure and been super easy, working together.
Yeah, definitely. See, so you read my mind on this one, because that was going to be my next question on, how you guys got together. And Jon Wise, for you, what would you describe as your role in all of this and putting together Boardwalk Budz?
Good question. Chad's right-hand man. I do whatever he tells me to do, basically. I mean, he works probably like 375 hours a week. And so when he's at work, I do whatever he wants me to do. Write-ups. He has bad grammar, and I hate bad grammar, so it works out with me doing all the write-ups. Like I said, I have a backlog of graphics, and it's just, hey, do this announcement. Hey, do this. Okay, do this. Hey, this happened. Okay, do this. And like I said, I go to bed. I wake up in the morning. There's directives from him. If he's away somewhere, it's like, okay, I know what to do. And sometimes I'll forget an announcement. It'll be like 12 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, shit, I forgot an announcement. And then I'll make one happen, because you got to do what that's my job.
Yeah.
And also booking bands, booking comedians, things like that as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It started, Chad said, "Oh, could you help? I'll get you a hotel room and pay you." And that turned into, "Hey, Chad, do you need help booking the bands? I know some people. Hey, what about this? Hey, what about this guy for the wrestling? Hey, what about this?" And now it's like, I think I talk to him more than I talk to my own mother, because you look at my messenger section, it's Chad, and then occasional other messages I have the time to answer when I'm not talking to Chad.
Gotcha.
Great working.
I don't think it, Jon Wise, I don't think it says Chad though, does it?
Oh no, yeah. This is fun. I changed Chad's name to Big Money Chad Minnis with a $sign in the S, and he loves it.
Big Money Chad Minnis. I like it, man. We gotta get that on a t-shirt. You gotta get that on a t-shirt, Chad. I need that for Boardwalk Budz. We definitely gotta have that. So when you guys Chad, when you came up with this idea, you did Boardwalk Beatdown. From the outside looking in, it was a huge success. For me personally, probably one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, besides including like WrestleMania back in the days, one of the biggest like wrestling events I can ever remember happening in New Jersey, especially Atlantic City, period. People were asking, I know you always get this question a lot, people wanted to Boardwalk Beatdown too. Everybody wanted it. But you gave us something, which I was just talking to Jon Wise before we started, something I think is even better than that, Boardwalk Budz. So how did you come up with this idea and put all this together?
Yeah, so obviously, I did the Boardwalk Beatdown. The feedback from the fans was phenomenal. That's very rewarding, still hearing that. Everybody, I hear the same thing, how successful it was and how great it was for them. Obviously, for me, financially, it wasn't successful. Still fun. I think I hit a home run as far as organizing it and, the guest satisfaction and dealing with the talents and stuff like that. And of course, I have a commitment to Atlantic City, and I love Atlantic City, and, just trying to plan different things. And I've had cannabis related event on the radar, just waiting for some movement on the laws. And, of course, when Murphy comes in, he said it's going to be the first thing that he's going to do. And, the wheels start turning and stuff like that. And then there's this huge delay with anything politically. And then you see there's actually going to be some movement. And that's when I start really putting the things together. Contacted the Showboat, who I've had a relationship over the years with. And, started putting the pieces together, what type of side events I'd want to do. Because I wanted to make the event different. Like, Boardwalk Beatdown was all wrestling, so for Boardwalk Budz, I want to do, hey, listen, if you're a medical user, if you're a recreational user, or if you're a non-user, there's going to be something there for you. So if you come with your wife and she's not a smoker or uses edibles or anything like that, or any CBD products, she can go see a comedy show. She could go listen to some of the bands, go to a wrestling show. The whole family can go together and then break up into different parties and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's a event-filled weekend for sure, and that it caters to a lot of demographics, not just the wrestling crowd, as you said. This seems to be the number one question that everyone wants to know. Can they smoke at the event, and will they be able to purchase marijuana at the event? What are the answers to those questions?
Right. So direct sales of marijuana is still illegal in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. What they're doing is they're setting up a marketplace, and you're going to be able to exclusively buy at those stores only, approved stores. There are some gray areas and stuff like that. So it's definitely going to be accessible. If you come to the event and you're not too sure, you can reach out to me and I can help you guide through the process. Smoking, we are going to do a smoke deck where if you have some on you and you're allowed to carry up to 6 ounces at this time, we're going to have a smoke deck where you can smoke.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be wild, dude.
So J Wise, you can smoke, all right? Whenever you're not working, though, all right?
I don't know. I had well, how can I say this politically? I had an edible arrangement on the not 420 but 421, and it was an interesting experience. We'll just say that. Chad and many other people got a lot of funny messages throughout the night.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, definitely. You got to make sure you don't have anything to do if you're gonna mess around with those things for sure. Yeah. So you guys at this event, you got vendors, you got speakers, you got live music, comedy. There's a nightclub that's gonna also be there as well that people can enjoy. Who are some of the people that will be there, and some of the events that will be taking place outside of the wrestling?
So outside of the wrestling, we have all these side breakdown rooms. We're going to have an adult game room. We're going to pitch that as a 21 plus event. You're going to go in there. There's going to be a bar. You're going to be able to drink and play all these different games like Truth and Consequences, any of the types of card games that is going to be a little fun and risque and stuff like that. And also we're going to have a sponsor who's going to set up a little strip club stage, and the girls will be fully clothed, but they're going to give you little play dollars that you can mess around with too. So that's the adult game room. Connected to that, we're going to have a speed dating hosted by Larry Legend. So I see this request a lot of times in groups that I'm looking for a 420 friendly girl and things like that. So there's the opportunity to find a match while you're there. On the opposite side, we're going to have the speaking room with all the guest speakers, and there's going to be yoga, and there's going to be seminars and stuff like that. Further down the hall in the House of Blues, we're going to have the Pit Fighter series. We're going to have some comedy shows in there and the nightclub in there as well as the live bands in there. The main hallway is going to have the 150 vendors or however many we're going to have at the time. That's a straight up and down hallway, and we're going to have a variety of vendors from cannabis related to crafts to paparazzi, soap vendors, a little bit of everything again, because we want people, again, if you're a consumer or not, we want you to be able to have a variety of items as well.
Yeah, definitely. And J Wise, how was it getting a lot of these vendors and reaching out? Like, was there any strategy to it? Did you guys just come up, you're like, hey, let me find a comedian, or hey, I know a comedian, I know a singer? Like, how was that process for you guys?
With the bands, I knew a few people, and then it kind of just I asked one person, hey, do you know a band? And then that band, you find other people. And like, you know, when you think cannabis related, you think maybe like reggae, kind of like pop punk, ska, you know, some rappers. So like I knew a rapper from Vermont that's like a hippie skater rapper. So I went to him, and then we found our guy Peasy from Connecticut, who calls himself like Connecticut's Get High rapper or something. Like, so we, you know, we're able to pick and choose now that it's getting closer, you know, artists and everybody's coming out of the woodwork. Hey, do you have room? Hey, do you have this? Hey, we want to be a part of this. So like, it's really cool to know that we started with like no contacts and now everybody wants to be a part of it. Like year 2 should be even bigger than year 1.
Yeah,
and
no.
Like we already, I can tell you right now, me and Chad already have plans for next year because we have like our idea cloud floating above us, and there's some stuff that just won't work this year that's already in the plans for next year.
Awesome. See, so we can save the question of everybody bugging Chad and asking them when's part 2 coming, or if there's going to be a part 2 to this. So we know that. But you know, I like that. I like what you guys did with this, because you know, I like blending of the world. So you know, like me, RapnWrestle. You know, there's definitely a history between and correlations between, you know, hip hop and wrestling. And I think this is, you know, as we evolve as society and, you know, we accept marijuana as it is, as far as its medical needs and recreational use, that we'll start to see the, you know, the blending between wrestling and, you know, marijuana as well. And Chad, I always give you credit, man, that you're always ahead of everybody when it comes to, you know, evolving and you know, being ahead on these ideas and stuff like that. So I definitely want to give you props on that for sure.
I appreciate that. Yeah, the plan was to be first to market, and of course we are, but already two events have already been announced after mine as well. I knew it was going to happen. It's not like I thought of this and nobody else was going to think of it, but no, it's cool to be first to market. It's I think it's pretty exciting, and I think when I look at people who are coming in the future, again, you're talking about the diversity of our event, and I think I'm still above what other people are going to see at future events.
Yeah, no doubt for sure. All right, so let's get into the wrestling of it. Wrestling events that are going to be taking place during this whole thing. I know we should be seeing ICW, we should be seeing Pro Wrestling After Dark, SWF. Saul, tell us about the wrestling events that will be taking place during this event.
Yeah, so I can run down the whole show from starting Friday, 8 p.m. in the Bourbon Room is going to be the Pit Fighter. That's upstairs on the 2nd floor. Saturday, we're going to open up at noon with the Foundation of Wrestling, which is a standalone wrestling show. That's at noon, and that's on the 1st floor. We're going to call that the event space. After that, on Saturday is 4 o'clock, which is going to be in the Food Truck Festival, and that's called the Pit. That's an ICW product as well. And then ICW is going to go back inside for No Holds Barred, which is the chains on the 1st floor in the event center. So that closes out Saturday. Sunday, we're going to have the Pro Wrestling After Dark First Women's Show, which is our tournament called the Cannabis Cup. And that's at noon, and that's on the event center floor as well. And then we're going to move back up to the Bourbon Room with the Pit Fighter to close out the weekend.
Oh, man.
So 6 total shows.
That's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
And you see, I noticed you told me all that. It doesn't look like you're looking at any papers or anything. And that's my next question for you guys. How are you guys managing and, you know, keeping control of this whole event that's going to be over a whole weekend? Like, how do you two, is Chad, is J Wise, how are you two controlling all of these things that are going on?
Well, on my end, I have to tell you, my fucking notes are so sloppy and they're everywhere. So this weekend is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to take all my books and I'm going to get the schedule together. Luckily, I've been able to retain, you know, the floor plan and the flow of the event. But I can't tell you half the band names or half the food truck festival trucks, you know, that kind of stuff. I'm lost. And Jay Wise, man, he's an excellent note keeper. We met up one day at a hotel and to go over some stuff. And I thought this was going to take forever. And I started asking him questions. Right away, he pulls out his phone and he says, "Oh, this this is the rate you're going to pay the person. They need a room, this and this and this. And he had a whole list of notes all organized. So again, man, it's been a blessing.
Yeah, definitely. J Wise, what about on your end? How are you just maintaining and keeping it all together with this?
A lot of it, like you said, I have notes on my phone. I also have notes on my computer. A lot of it, like we also mentioned, is you repeat the information so much. I asked him earlier today, like he's like, hey, make a post about the comedians. And I was like, what's the one person's name? And he was like, I don't know. Go look at the graphic. And so it's like, luckily, Facebook's easy. I can go look in the photo album of Boardwalk Budz posts and just find it and find the person's name. And I'm so tired of seeing graphics. I see so many graphics every day. I'm so tired of them. But it's what we're doing. It's part of the Coca-Cola executives don't get tired of seeing Coca-Cola's name everywhere.
Yeah, no.
When you want to build something, you can't get tired of seeing the bricks.
No, I totally agree on that. And like we said, it's you two guys running it, the event. But I know I saw you make a post, if you're not going and you wanted to help out, or if you were going and you wanted to help out more. And I saw you post the link with Indiegogo. Can you explain what that is and how people can get involved with that as well?
Yeah, so the Indiegogo was, I set that up because, running an event during COVID of this magnitude is, number one, super expensive, and you're restricted with the things you can do. So we were looking for ways that, if you are a supporter of this product, of the brand, of myself, of the team, you could pitch in from, getting a t-shirt to sponsoring a comedian or a wrestler to a straight donation to sponsoring the whole entire event. Again, between security costs and, we have to rent the vendor tables and the marketing just to get people to come to Atlantic City. And it's very overwhelming at this time and challenging. And we're still under restrictions. New York's talking about being open July 1st, 100%. And you don't hear that from New Jersey at all yet. So at the time of the event, we could still be under a major count to where we're restricted. And that cuts our consumer base at a certain point.
Yeah, no, definitely. Something I also saw you guys post, you just talked about it briefly as well. The Cannabis Cup Tournament. Can you tell us like who's going to be involved in that? And to win in this tournament, what are they getting when they win this tournament?
So one winner, and it's a women's tournament, and you actually get what it is. You get the Cannabis Cup. It's hosted by the CBD department, so their logo is going to be on it. And MMA fighter who they sponsor is going to present the trophy. And Jay Wise will probably have to jump in here because I'm not going to remember them all. But we have Casey Cattell, we have Mimi, Vicky, we have Masha, we have Alicia Edwards. Do you remember anyone else?
Hold on, I'm bringing up my.
Yeah, and I still have 3 more openings. Zeta Zhang is going to be in a non-tournament match as well from NXT, and she's in MLW right now.
We have Charlie Cruel.
Charlie, yeah.
Casey Cattell, Mimi,
Nice.
Vita Von Star,
Vita, yeah.
Kimberly,
Nice.
Alicia Edwards, and I don't know, did we announce the last one?
No, I still have the book. I think 2 or 3 more people, I think.
Yeah. So we have all those so far.
Yeah.
And Zeta Zhang in the non-tournament match.
Nice. Definitely a great list of people to go with. I got my money on Casey Cattell just because she has a special place in my heart. I know you guys with your issues with the Kirks, but
so Casey Cattell is also the new standalone wrestling women's champion. I don't know if you saw that. But her and Vita Von Star had a match last weekend. Phenomenal match, and super proud of the 2 girls. It was my first time working with Vita. So professional, great to deal with, great in-ring work. So she'll be back again multiple times as well.
Awesome. Also briefly, I want to talk about the 420 Fest. I kind of thought of it as like the prequel to Boardwalk Budz. How was that event for you guys as well and being part of that?
For me, it was pretty cool. We're always looking for side events and stuff like that. And the 420 Fest was presented by North Step, who's going to come in and help us with the music a little bit as well. And me and Jay Wise are always looking at different things. We have a beer fest that we're working on in September that we're going to do wrestling, comedy, and music at that as well. And again, those are small scale things where we only are an addition to the major event. And that's what we're looking at. We're going to do small comedy shows in the future to large scale events. Anything from a 20-person crowd to hopefully 10,000 people of a range.
Nice. So in the future, we'll be seeing more events, not just wrestling related, but we'll see actual other events outside of wrestling as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome. That's perfect. All right, now I have to know, with this idea of this speed dating, when you think of marijuana and wrestling convention, Larry Legend he's great. How did you guys come up with this idea of this speed dating and to put Larry Legend as the host of it? How did that all come about with you guys?
That was all me?
Chad.
Okay, I got it. So again, like I said, I see in these community groups where people talk about smoking and stuff like that, where people are saying, I want to meet somebody who smokes. How come I can't find a partner that's 420 friendly and stuff like that? And, I've known Larry Legend for years now. And dude, he's got one of the greatest personalities there is. And I'm like, you know what? I think he would be a good fit. And then Shane Fair, who helps me out with a lot of the graphics and stuff like that. Right away, he put Larry in the Cupid costume, and I'm like, dude, this is perfect. It's a go, and I hope people come check that out and give it a chance. It's one of the quieter events that people really aren't talking about, but I hope it's a success.
Definitely. If you're single and you're looking to mingle, it's definitely the perfect part of the event for you. I'll be remiss if I didn't talk about this, since Chad, you always seem to be at the center of, some type of publicity, whether it's good publicity, bad publicity, it's all publicity. But recently you were back with the Trifecta, you guys reformed that. How did that relationship and, your relationship with Rob Fury, how did this all come back together for you and rejoining up with the Trifecta?
Yeah, so of course, me and Rob had a falling out a couple years ago, and then I started working with the guys from Titan, and nothing bad to say about the guys from Titan. I don't think they belong as promoters. I don't think they understand the business or have had the respect of the business to be at the position that they're at. The falling out between me and Titan was so ridiculous that Rob wanted to put Jon Marzano in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if you know Jon Marzano or not, but he's a special kid, and he's done a lot of stuff for wrestling. And Rob didn't message me about it, but Eric Sims asked me if I would induct him. Eric Sims is an agent who brings in talent and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, of course I would. He's a personal friend of mine. I've helped him over the years. And as soon as that starts getting talked about, the gossiping starts from that side. And, guys that I considered friends, like basically took somebody else's side and, didn't question me or ask me or, just be direct. I'm a direct person. If I have an issue, I'm going to talk about it. If I have a question, I'll ask it. And there was nothing, just complete silence. So then the show to induct him was coming up. And I had my guys, the Foundation of Wrestling, they were booked on the show through Rob. And Dalton had messaged me, this is what we're going to do storyline wise. And I said, no, that doesn't make sense. It's not going to work. We have to make sure everything's done right if we're going to do it, because, storylines in pro wrestling is very important. It can make or break a faction, a talent. And all of a sudden, Dalton puts Rob in a group chat with us. And that's how we started talking. I said, Rob, I think we should switch the story to this. And Rob says, okay, no problem. That's what we'll run with. I didn't have any conversation with him besides that. And then the day of the show, we meet, we talk, things feel comfortable. The locker room was super happy. The guys were glad to see me. It was good to see them. The chemistry of the show was good. The reaction of the fans. And then when we posted the story that we did with the foundation versus the program, It was super successful online. It was getting a lot of buzz. And me and Rob were just like, okay, we're onto something. Let's just continue on.
Yeah, no, definitely. One thing like I've told you already, I always respect about you is that I always saw you as, true to yourself, and you're always a honest person. And I know you since day one, you've always been good to me and Wrestling IQ 101 from the beginning. You've always given us numerous opportunities when a lot of other people didn't. So we definitely always appreciate you for that. And, I'm glad to see, the success and, the path that you're going on as well. And honestly, have a guy like Jon Wise at your side as well. Another good guy that I've met in wrestling that, every time I see him, it's always very pleasurable to be around and to talk to. And I like to bother him. He likes to bother me. So, we have good moments.
He likes to bother me too. Yep.
Oh, no, I can't imagine him doing that to you. No. But, as we wrap it up, I'll ask you too, for you both, what are you both looking forward to the most out of this weekend that we're going to have with Boardwalk Budz?
You go first, John?
Sure. Well, I'd like to be able to buy a yacht. I'm just, personally, I want it to be successful. I want everybody that goes to be able to say, hey, I found something that I enjoyed. Like, obviously we want them to enjoy the whole event, but I want somebody, hey, Chad, hey, Jay, hey, whoever, when do tickets go on sale for next year? When is it? I want to take off work. Like, I want people to be as excited as we are about it. Like, I tell Chad, the day I'm looking forward to the most is Monday morning at like 3 a.m. when I'm finally able to lay down and put my head on my pillow and get a full night's sleep. Yeah. But that the excitement of being there. I want people to have fun. I want to be successful from a customer point of view.
Perfect. And what about you, Chad?
Yeah, for me, I just wanted to be, we've all been locked away for so long because of COVID and stuff like that. And now we all get to get away, have a weekend. It doesn't matter what race, religion, sex, sexual preference you are. I think everybody's just going to have an amazing time. No drama, judgment-free, and just have a weekend that we don't forget. And like JY said, we want them to say that next day, when are tickets going on sale? When can we re-sign up as a vendor? What different events are we going to do next year? What bands are coming? We just want people to be excited right away to talk about the next year.
Awesome. And the event, it's June 25th through June 28th, Showboat in Atlantic City, address 801 Boardwalk. Fans, if they want to purchase tickets and be a part of this event, how would they do that?
Simply go to boardwalkbuds.eventbrite.com. Any questions, boardwalkbuds@gmail.com. And me and Jay Wise are the ones that respond to the emails.
Yep, we'll get to you eventually. We're pretty quick to answer you.
Awesome. Yeah, you guys are doing a very good job with this event. If fans want to connect with you guys on social media and, stay in tune with Boardwalk Budz, Pro Wrestling After Dark, Standalone Wrestling, any of those things, a trifecta, how would fans do that?
Pretty easy, on any of those socials, you're just going to look up that name, Boardwalk Budz, Standalone Wrestling, Pro Wrestling After Dark. We keep it kind of simple to search. Personal, mine is Chad, Jon Wise. We're available, in person or on the
we're easy to find,
or the business sites.
Definitely easy to find. Chad is amazing to follow on Facebook. I like to call him the white version of 50 Cent. So
yeah, I'm well behaved right now though. This is the tame chat because I don't want to lose my Facebook. Calm down quite a bit. I hear you, man. And I've been doing yoga too. The yoga helps.
Oh man, damn. Maybe I should try yoga and CBD. Yeah. THC, all of that, it'll get you right, man. It'll definitely get you right. Oh, man. But once again, I want to thank both of you guys, John and Chad, both for, taking your time out and, us finally getting this together. And I really definitely appreciate both of you taking your time out with all this busy planning that you guys have to do. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, we appreciate you, dude.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Definitely. And for us, You can follow RapnWrestle once again on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at RapnWrestle. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get all your streaming needs. And for this episode, it's Derek, it's Chad Menez, it's Jon Wise, and we are out.